KISS principle is often invoked during a design process to help head off unnecessary complexity. KISS was traditionally the acronym for Keep It Simple, Stupid. Not being a particular fan of referring to people as stupid, I might choose to modify it to be Keep It Simple and Straightforward. Recently, a variation of the KISS theme surfaced for me as a characteristic of leadership. I'll call it M.I.S.S, Make It Simple and Straightforward. As I sat around the table listening to and watching nearly a dozen high-level experienced professionals debate for over an hour about how to accomplish a task that should have been handled by one mid-level accountant, I became increasingly uncomfortable. The group had succeeded in taking a simple task and overcomplicating it to the point of absurdity. Had it not been for the incredible waste of time and resources as well as the extreme frustration to the client, it might have been humorous. What I was witnessing was something that happens every day in business, politics, and countless other organizations trying to solve simple problems. The committee had managed to take a simple task and make it so complex that it had little chance of success. On the other hand, I recall Club Corp Chairman Bob Dedman speaking with a small group of new managers one morning. Dedman masterfully took a complicated leadership principle and simplified it to a 5-minute discussion supported by one easy-to-understand, hand-drawn chart. I believe that his audience learned more about leadership in those 5 minutes than they might have by reading several books on the subject. Bob was able to boil down this complex theory into a memorable lesson that all could grasp. There was an unintended leadership lesson that was delivered that morning also. Leaders simplify what others tend to overcomplicate. For sure, leadership is about having a vision, having a willing following, exemplifying care and concern for others, being decisive, having courage, etc., etc. But without the ability to simplify the message and then deliver it in a way that reaches the people, leaders fall short. Remember President Ronald Reagan with his simple themes like Shining City on the Hill. Some say that Reagan spoke in simple terms because he was a simple man. We now know that Reagan was quite an intellectual thinker. What he understood, however, was that simplifying complex ideas is how you reach your audience. First, understand that there is no value to overcomplicating things. Next, resist the temptation to involve large numbers of people in solutions. And third, remember stories like that of Thomas Edison putting a new engineer to the test by asking him to determine the volume of an irregular vessel. After several hours, the engineer produced his calculation. Edison simply filled the vessel to the brim with water and poured the water from the irregular vessel into a graduated container. The engineer was off significantly even after hours of calculation. The simple solution was the best. As I see it, making it simple and straightforward is an art, but it's also a skill that can be honed. Personally, I'll continue to work on it, and hopefully you'll find my future videos increasingly simpler and more straightforward. I'm John Longstreet with another edition of the Longstreet Beat. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time.